Hello everyone. Hello Sam. Yeah, we're doing these videos to help our users to build their own custom indicators. And also, I'll explain how the indicators works from inside. We'll show some coding. We'll also develop custom indicators. We'll modify some of the existing indicators. And also, we want to match the work of EA Studio experts in strategies in Forex Strategy Builder. And because there is some difference in the indicators and the logic, we'll customize the Forex FSB indicators to match this one from EA Studio. Let's run Forex Strategy Builder. Okay, I'll put it in the recording area. FSB has integrated about 100 indicators. They're coded in C#, are included in the distribution Forex Strategy Builder. But we also can create own indicators in C#. The custom indicators are absolutely the same, written in the same way as the integrated ones. And first, I will demonstrate how the provided custom indicators works. Because when you install Forex Strategy Builder, it already includes several custom indicators. If you go to Control Panel and Custom Code section, this field is for the custom indicators. The first checkbox tells the FSB if it was custom indicators as startup or not. So it is on by default. When I run the program, it ordered 113, but I don't know how many of these are custom or not. So I will disable the option, and we will restart Forex Strategy Builder. It loaded 103 indicators, so we have 8 custom. The custom indicators are located in the installation folder of Forex Strategy Builder. I can open from disk C, Program Files, Forex Strategy Builder. This is the installation folder, and we have here user files. This is the user's content. In the indicators folder, actually, this is the code of the custom indicators that are coming with Forex Strategy Builder. We have also online repository, I'll show it in the browser, where the users of Forex Strategy Builder can upload their own indicators. This is why? Okay. A repository, and indicators, and these are indicators that are developed by me and by the community. So here, let's see one, Vortex by Futon, 2017. Okay, good. Here we can see the C# code. This is a similar code to what we can write. I'll zoom a little bit. And what we are writing, and this is very similar to what the standard indicators of Forex Strategy Builder are. But this has only the C# version. In order to use the indicator in MetaTrader, we need also similar code for MQL. Let's see some other indicator. We can sort by, let's scroll a little bit, MACD by, I don't know. Okay, let's see that one. That one has a C# version and also MQL code version. They are very similar. We will take a look at the code. And from here we can download the code and put in the folder of Forex Strategy Builder, and it will load. Let's try. What is it? This name is Sonic. Let's download. Okay. And show in folder. I'll copy this. How to make it? Copy and put it in the here. Paste. Sonic. And now, oops, sorry. I want custom indicators. I also click on this box, and when the program runs, it will show the name of the indicators it wants. But I don't need to restart the program. I think I can click reload from here, and it reads the folder and loads all indicators. So, spread Sonic. This is the indicator just we downloaded from the repository. We can do that, but it is not necessary because the same repository is already integrated with Forex Strategy Builder. If you go here to repository, indicators, and it loads all indicators from the what we have online. So you can search here, Sonic. Okay, and now we click the load button, and indicator is loaded. What we do, we did before, we downloaded only the C# version, but I will remove the search. Do you see some indicator has this MetaTrader logo, and some don't have. Okay, now it shows only indicators with logo because the option is on here. If I switch off ES2U support, for example, this Vortex, it don't have this MetaTrader logo. It means the indicator is only for Forex Strategy Builder. So we can test in the Forex Strategy Builder, but we cannot export expert advisors with these indicators. And obviously, as users, we need only indicators that has ES2U support. But if you want to develop custom indicators, we can do C# version, test in Forex Strategy Builder, and then we can create the MQL version. And this is what I'm usually doing. So I'll click this option again, and the program will show only the indicators that has C# and MQL version. And how it works? Let's say indicators pin bar, created by Toshu, 38,000 downloads. Okay, just let's load this pin bar. Pin bar is loaded. And now if I open new strategy, and if I search pin bar, okay, the indicator is here. I don't know what this indicator is doing. Percent defining doji, percent defining pin bar, I don't know. Okay. Anyway, it is very easy to be done. We can do the same. We can create indicators and upload in the repository, and other users can use it. How we can do that? We have to be logged in and upload. We put some title, new, choose the file, and select the C# and the MQL code, upload, and the indicators appear in the repository. And then every user for Strategy Builder can download it. Let's.
In that way, I'm guessing, pop-up, there's no, I don't know, it's not like someone's checked that, so you'd have to always,
No one checks, yeah.
Make sure you do the common sense checks that you always are going to do, and check that, do some quality checks yourself, right, every time if you're taking something off of there, correct?
Yeah. This is because the indicators are public, so it can be anything.
Yeah, someone could have, unless it's written by yourself. I wouldn't check that personally.
Yeah.
If I just put one up, I would say, check it,
Yeah. There are many users that thinks the more indicators you have is better. So there are new users that just download Forex Strategy Builder and download all indicators from the repository. And when they run the generator, it crashes 100 times. and they think, okay, the program crashes. Okay, what to do? This is, yeah.
Exactly. And yeah. So I'd always be checking that one at a time rather than 100 at a time, right?
So
Less is more sometimes.
let's come back. Control panel. Overriding of main indicators. This is interesting option. It is, imagine you don't like some of the standards indicators, how it works. And what you showed in the previous video, you modified Ichimoku and put suffix sum to it.
Yeah.
Actually, you make another indicator. But if you want, you can leave the indicator with the same name. And if you click this option, the program will use your version of the indicator instead of the standard one. I don't know if this is a good practice or not, but anyway, it works. And it also works for the MQL code. Actually, you can override it, but I suppose no one from the other users will use it because just it will say the indicators with the same name is already loaded, and for strategy builder will ignore this indicator. This is only for if you want to test something, some behavior, just by simple modification of the starter one, but it is much better to rename the file in the indicator.
Yeah. I quite like having an indicator with my name in it anyway.
Yeah. We already showed this option, test custom indicators. When you click, the program loads all custom indicators and test and makes different tests. Actually, it turns something like the generator, but doesn't show strategy balance and profits. Just computes the indicators and checks if everything is fine. And if there is some error in some indicators, it will detect the error. Actually, there are two types of errors we can do. Let's, or in the other is go to open indicators folder. It is very, very good. Just when you click it, it opens the folder. So yeah, let's, I will delete this too.
Yeah, that's useful, Pop-Up. I didn't know that, and
Yeah.
I'm traipsing through, so that's good.
So I will delete this pin bar and Sonic. Delete it. And when we download indicators, here in user files indicators, it puts the CS means C#, the extension. But it also downloads MQL version, and it is user files MT4. Why MT4? Because when I wrote this, there was no MT5, so it was 20 years ago. MQL, Forex SB because to be on one place. Custom, and you see this pin bar and Sonic. So I'll delete this from here. And now, they are deleted.
That was another question I had, Pop-Up, which
Okay.
I'm sure many people will have, is that I see, MQ4 is the extension for MetaTrader 4 and MQ5 is the extension for MetaTrader 5.
Yeah.
And obviously we've got different, you export to either in MetaTrader 4 and MetaTrader 5 Expert Advisor, so the files are different. But at this point, with the indicators, it's a .mqh, and the code is actually the same for each file, right? That's correct. So then Forex Strategy Builder Pro kind of takes that MQH file and is able to put that into either a MetaTrader 4 or a MetaTrader 5 Expert Advisor. Is that correct?
So this MQL4 and MQL5, these are extensions for the expert advisors. But these expert advisors, they can load different code which is not designed directly to run. MQH, this is MQ header. So this is code that is used by other experts. MQH code is loaded by the expert advisor. It is not designed directly to run. It is imported by other experts. Here I don't have, but if I run here another, let's say this MetaTrader. indicators, expert advisor. No, I deleted because MetaTrader comes with many stuff. Such a header file, but I don't use this and I delete, so I cannot show. But anyway, when you export expert advisor from FSB, it also loads all this file. This MT4 and MT5, these are the common files that are used by the expert to run in the corresponding to MetaTrader 4 and MetaTrader 5. But all logic is inside here, written in MQH. So these are common files that run both in MetaTrader 4 and MetaTrader 5. Only this action trade, these files contains the actual trading logic. And because there is a difference between MetaTrader 4 and MetaTrader 5, the way MetaTrader 4 and 5 sends the orders is different. So these are only the trading method. But indicators, the indicators are
common to
yeah.
MT4 and T5. Yeah, that took me a while. I wasn't sure, but yeah, that's good.
So when you put indicator here, we don't need to import this indicator in, what custom indicators we have? I'll make some experiment. User files, indicators. We have day of month. This is a custom indicator. When I create a strategy with FSB and set day of month, okay, and export expert advisor, we have the corresponding, this is the C# version, and we have the same MQL version. But this is in the custom. We see this day of month file. And if I export this, I will not export to MetaTrader, but to save as a file. I will save on my desktop. Okay. Okay. And it will open in an editor. If I search here, Control F, day of month. So this the MQH file is directly imported within the within the export advisor. So this is the separate file. It is directly integrated within the expert advisor. We don't need to make anything. And if I open the folder and open day of month indicator, it has something I want. I don't see it here. Includes. Probably to do that automatically. It was something that shows import start here, import ends here, but it is not here, so it is automatic. And let's see what it actually imports. Day of month. It starts from class day of month. Starts from this line, class day of month. And if you go to the original file, actually it starts from here. It ignores this. These things are here, so we can, if we put the complete folder Forex.com in MetaTrader, we can develop these indicators in MetaTrader. But this is not subject of these videos. So that's why we can develop this as a separate indicator, but it also can be integrated in FSB.
In the include library in the Q4, and you wouldn't need the code because it would go and search in the indicator folder, right, for all the code in there. Okay.
So let's return to the C# version, indicators, and let's open this dev. Okay, dev month. I suppose what it's doing, enter the market between the specified date from until. Let's say we want to enter between 5th and the 25th of each month. I don't know why, but anyway, yeah. So, okay, it is from 1st to 31st. But what will happen if the month doesn't have so many days? I don't know. Anyway, if you make something wrong with this indicator, let's make data set equal to full, something that is clearly wrong. And go to control panel, reload. Okay, it crashed. Error, day of month, compilation failed. Line 69, column 23. The name full does not exist. Line 69, here, it shows where is the error. So, yeah, this is a way to debug our indicators, but this is this is the end case. But also it may happen that we have the code is correct, but it crashes when the indicators computes. Let's say, let's make some other mistake. For example, we compute from first bar to the end of bars. But what if compute to end of bars plus 5? Obviously, you don't have 5 bars more, right? We don't have. To loop from all bars plus 5. When we reload, okay, it doesn't make, it loads successfully. But if you test the indicators, it crashed. Day of month indicator test failed, enter the mark between the specified days, index outside of the bounds of the array. So what we can make two kinds of mistakes. One is syntactic mistake. So the code cannot compile, and it was the first case. But then we can make logical mistake. Excuse me. Okay. The logical mistake is that it appears during the runtime or during the generator work. So it is probably what you have in your indicator you showed in the previous series. It compiles, but when you run the generator, it crashes. Because there is something in some logic, it crashes. So this test custom indication, this may be useful in such a case. Let's fix that. But if you go a little bit deeper, you can use the provided source code for testing the indicators, and this is more suitable for programmers. I will close these things. And if you go to the repository, GitHub, we have to share the link. It is.
Yeah, I didn't. You sent me that one.
Okay.
So yeah, it's not easily viewable.
Yeah. We can share in the comment of the comments of the video. Yeah. From here you can download. Do you have download? You can download the complete code, or if you are a hacker, you can clone the repository, which is the preferred way. But anyway, it doesn't matter. You can download the code. So what is this repository? It is simulation of Forex strategy builder, but it is done in such a way that it includes all indicators from Forex strategy builder here in the store. These are the included indicators.
The default ones,
Yeah, and also some custom indicators that I develop and upload in the public repository. And do you see this day of month indicator? And some of these are included in the distribution for demonstration. Yeah. But with this repository, it is much easier to create the indicators and to test even before putting in the folder of Forex strategy builder. And this is what I demonstrated now. I already downloaded this thing. Okay. Where is downloaded? Let's find it. This GitHub probably. GitHub. These are my public repository, FSB Pro indicators. This is the code that is the public code actually.
The zip file you just downloaded, right?
Yeah, the public repository. Here I can open I can open file by file to work on the indicators, but I made it in a way that the complete project can be built and run for testing. But you need Visual Studio or other editor that understands C#. So I open Visual Studio.
Which is free software anyway, right?
Yeah, but it's a little bit, it is complex. I remember when I started programming with Visual Studio, it was 20 years ago or more. It was very scary in the beginning because it is a big program with many things. There are also other possibilities. There is also VS Code, Visual Studio Code, which is also freeware. And it is much wider. It looks like a text editor.
That's what I thought you were using, because that's what I've got, Visual Studio Code. So okay.
Yeah, but I'm using the complete Visual Studio, which is
Right.
very big, and actually I don't like it too much, but it is good for the job. What I like it is
Use this VS, use Visual Studio Code. So that's
JetBrains. This excellent company that develops products for programmers, and they have something called Rider. Rider. This is program similar to Visual Studio, but written by JetBrains, and it's very good. But it's a paid version. I don't know it has free or not. I also have this program. I use it sometimes. This is the different level. It depends how deep you want to go with that.
got a preference, but you can use Visual Studio Code, which is free. So that's
Okay.
for people who aren't.
So it can look a little bit different, but basically the code is the same, and it's better to use what you are familiar with. So actually, what we are doing now is not programming tutorial. Just I assume you and the other visitors, they understand a little bit programming, so I explained the basic stuff, and also I explained about something about the code. But this will not be a programming guide, right?
It's just the basics, and
So I open this. It is called solution. You can open from here. Open a project or solution and go to the folder. Or go to my GitHub. It depends on where you download it. Forex FSB indicators, and click on this file. It is FSB Pro Indicator Solution. SLN is solution. Okay? And it will open in Visual Studio, which is a very big and complex program, and it takes some time. And that's why I don't like it. Anyway, I also have installed some other tools for validation of the code. So I want to be sure that my code passes the strictest validation. That's why, and it took a little bit more time, but it's additional tools I'm using.
presumably, if you just right-clicked on that file and you could open it in Rider. Visual Studio Code or anything.
Just it makes a code validation, and then
The main reason for this is to get a good debugger. Is that
also code styling and all that. So this is the repository, and here are the indicators. And let's open some. Let's open, I don't know. What we watched now?
Let's go Bollinger Bands is always a good example, isn't it? So many people know that indicator, and it's
Bollinger Bands. It has a faster way to search by name. Okay, this is the code. You see also it tries to this additional tools that I have, spelling mistakes because Bollinger is name. I can save in the dictionary to not ask me about that. So if I make some mistake here like before, as I make it this full, it will not compile, and you see it shows the name full does not exist. So it is the same message that you had in Forex Strategy Builder, but I have here in the editor, so even if I try to start it, it will not run because it has a mistake. Yeah. So it is much early fail. It is bad. So let's return it back. So we can write the indicators here. We'll start with that. But also it has some testing capabilities. This file program, this is the main file of the repository. It is called project, actually. The complete one is the solution, and this thing is a project. One solution may have several projects. And this thing...
This one's almost like it's simulating opening FSB Pro, right?
Yeah.
Is that kind of what this is doing?
This thing also is capable, it also loads historical data and also can test the indicators. And that's why what we have, this is the main program where it starts.
Yeah.
We say user files folder where our files are located. And we set a data set. This is the data source, Forex SB demo data, EURUSD, and data one. We may test our indicators on a particular data series. And what it's doing, it was, you see it's made to load Bollinger Bands. Okay, it's, anyway. Okay, it loads some indicator, we initialize it for open, and we call it calculate, and we print values. Let's say it prints from the first to the 50. And this is done for testing the indicators. I will run this, and it was the data, and it printed the values, so you can see if the values are correct. And also it calculates the different logical conditions. So actually it makes the same test which made for strategy builder when you press the test indicators.
The testing.
Yeah, and it is good. Let's see, calculate. I think this is this one, calculate indicator with random parameters. I think this is disabled by default. If you download the program, it will be like that. It just will calculate the indicators values. Just will show the values. This is when you work, let's say, if you want to work on the Kumo indicator, you will see the Kumo values, and we compare this with MetaTrader or with Forex Strategy Builder to see if the values are correct or not. Yeah.
Can you go back to that output a second, Popov? Just if you just run that again.
To run it, okay.
And so what are we seeing? So you've got 22, so bar 22, okay, right. So we've got the bar number and then the actual indicator value.
Yeah.
So we were able to just go and see. Okay,
Yeah.
and it starts at 22, does it?
Do you know why?
No.
No? Okay, this is...
Just because it needs 22 bars to calculate the first value? Is it because the indicator needs 22 bars, and is that just for Bollinger Bands? Because it's the Bollinger Bands 20 bars, right?
Yeah.
By default. So is that what it is?
Yeah, exactly. Because this is very good. You have to consider for every indicator. I don't set any properties here to the indicator. So it means it uses the default Bollinger Bands indicators. And if I go to the indicator, the Bollinger Bands uses a moving average, calculates one central moving average, and calculates two lines, one above and one below, upper and lower band. And the default, let's clean up a little bit. Okay. Now it's better. Oh, you see, everything is arranged now. Why not? So let's go to the options. When you go to the option moving average period, let's start for strategy builder and show Bollinger Bands there. It has moving average period 20 and multiplier 2. If you see the source code, this is the exact option, moving average period and multiplier. And the default value is set here. The default value is 20. That's why when you load the indicator, where is Bollinger Bands? It shows 20 because this is the default value. Yeah. If you change here the value to 10, okay, and run the test again, now we start from bar 12.
Yeah.
Because we need exactly 20 bars to calculate the moving average. All right, because I mean 20 bars if the period is 20 and 10 bars when the period is 10. Because the moving average is the average price for 10 bars in that case. So we need 10 bars to sum and then to divide by 10. So we don't have a value before the 10th bar. And when I go to a little bit down, we have here parameter first bar.
There we go.
Yeah, this is the first bar test the backtester from where to start. So the first bar is the period plus one thing here, we discuss it, plus 2. And we need these 2 additional bars to calculate the logic. Because if you have logic moving, the bar open above Bollinger Band, we need only 1 bar. So we need the indicator and we need 1 bar. But if we have another complex logic that the moving average opens above after opening below, we need 2 bars. The current bar and the previous one. That's why the first bar is the period plus 2.
12,
Yeah, 12. And
Okay,
and this thing, the previous, it is very, very important. And this is crucial for the...
This is when you in FSB Pro for a lot of the indicators there's that checkbox at
Yeah.
the bottom, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about, but yeah, that box down there, yes, is that correct?
This is the biggest mistake that let's say the normal users of MetaTrader, when they start using indicators, this is the most common mistake they do. Because what we have, I close it. When you load Bollinger Bands, and we want to trade when the bar opens, and we want to use the Bollinger Bands value, actually it is not logically correct, because Bollinger Bands is calculated with moving average, but this moving average uses bar close. Yeah, but when you start at the beginning of the bar, the moving average is not defined yet. It means also the Bollinger Bands is not defined. Bollinger Bands is defined for the previous bar, not for the current bar. Because the current bar just opened, it is not, we have the defined value for Bollinger Bands at the end of the bar.
Yeah.
And that's why,
Constantly changing through the bar, right?
and we need, in order to calculations to be correct in the backtest, we need to take the Bollinger Bands for the previous bar. And Forex Strategy Builder is doing that automatically. In the first version of Forex Strategy Builder, when I released it on 2005, the people, they needed to set this manually.
Yeah.
But didn't understood how it works and when they have to set it. So that's why here is automatic, just it shows. And when the option is on, this previous, it has value 1 or 0. It shifts 1 bar more.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
But it is not always the case. For example, if you use Bollinger Bands for the closing, Bollinger Bands, okay, we're closing at the end of the bar.
We close at the bar.
Yeah, and at the end of the bar, the moving average and corresponding Bollinger Bands are already completely defined.
Yeah.
So that's why we don't need this thing here. And yeah, this is unchecked because we don't need it at the end of the bar. We need only when you trade in the beginning of the bar and during the bar. During the bar, because we have the fixed value of Bollinger Bands in the end of the bar, not before the end, exactly in the end. So this value will be unchecked only in the end of the bar. And Forex Strategy Builder is doing that automatically. Even if you go to ES2U, I think ES2U even do not show that, doesn't show that to us. Because, because ES2U trades only at bar open.
Yeah.
And it always shifts. It always uses the previous bar.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is this option previous in the code. And the actual...
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I have seen it and I wasn't sure, but
Yeah. But this is very important to understand how the backtest works. We don't need to do it because it is already integrated in...
automatically,
it is done automatically. But when you speak about the custom indicators, we have to consider that, because if you start to make all the code from zero, you have to implement this. If I don't do it, that's okay. This is...
I think it would be good. I remember you showed, I think I've watched an old video of yours where you kind of showed a really good test where you basically showed that you were able to have it, maybe you can't now because you can't change
Yeah.
the option, but I do remember you showed a video of basically you set a strategy and it looked like a great strategy if you had that box
Yeah.
incorrectly ticked, but then when you correctly, unticked it or whatever,
Yeah.
it's a terrible strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's this is easier to explain if you this is ES2U. Actually, ES2U and FSB are the same. Let's open Forex Strategy Builder, because this talk is for Forex Strategy Builder. Let's open some easy indicator. Let's see momentum. Momentum is great for that. And have momentum rises. And let's make it period of 1. What momentum is doing is compares the current... No, okay, even I will take moving average. Moving average. Moving average rises and period of 1. Okay. So, do you see the moving average AQO? It is not all to the bar close, just jumps. But if you make a backtest, the problem when you do the backtest is we already have all historical data and all indicators values. And if you make an expert advisor or strategy that uses some value that is not already known, it makes completely wrong test. For example, we can make a strategy that trades if the tomorrow's price is higher than today's price, and you always will win, right? But in the real life, we don't know what will be the price for tomorrow. But we know it in the backtest, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So,
That makes sense.
yeah, and one of the best feature of Forex Strategy Builder is that it does that automatically for us. So the backtest is logically correct. And let's take here from indicators. I will take moving average. Moving average. Where is that moving average? I'll copy and go to custom indicators, control panel, open indicators folder, and I'll paste it here, and I'll modify it. Not bug, but wrong, like that. And I will open the indicator. I will rename it to moving average wrong. I need to rename the class. I don't think, but for any case. So let's reward. From here you can switch on the output log. Is it here? Moving average wrong. Okay. Actually now is completely the same moving average. But let's go to find this first bar option, the previous one. Previous. And it takes it from the checkbox. It takes it from the checkbox. I'll explain this later. But the checkbox works automatically. But let's make it always 0.
We just always want,
Always 0. It means it doesn't shift one bar back.
Okay,
And now reward. I think it's rewarded. And now let's write this moving average wrong. Yeah. Great. This is holy grail. Yeah. Yeah, but it does that for the backtest. If you run this on the live account.
it doesn't. Yeah, where it doesn't know it's screwed. Yeah. Okay. No, that's clear.
So this is very important. I'll cancel this.
I can certainly see how loads of people would, when they were coding them themselves, would get that wrong.
It is very difficult to do it correctly because no one tells you about that.
No.
You cannot find it. Also, there is other traps. Oh yes, it was here, I think.
Yeah.
It's here. But anyway, I'll delete this indicator. So this session is already 48 minutes. Do you have any questions? I wanted to cover just the process of downloading and just some overview. And in the next session we will go in the code, and I'll explain what in the code, what is doing in the program, and that's why. So if you have any questions, just let's go to cover this session.
No, I'm good. Yeah, but that was awesome, Popov, because I use, I'm not a coder, but I do have been in done small projects, and so I'm familiar with and I think many people will who've done stuff working in a IDE such as Visual Studio Code, and being able to kind of debug in there and do little tests in there. That's so much faster and convenient. So that's awesome. I'm going to be downloading that straight after this session.
Okay. So
thanks very much.
Okay, and thank you for watching. Please subscribe. I think this video will be also useful for traders, that not only for those ones that want to make custom indicators, but the ones that just want to understand deeply how the things works. Because during the videos I also share internal information about the backtester and about the indicator, so we will have a better understanding of how it works.
Definitely.
Just only to cover one thing. I'll return to original moving average of period 14. This also is very important. This is because we don't have other rules, just moving average rising. When it goes down, it opens short positions, and when it goes up, it opens long positions. This is clear, I think. But we see moving average like a smooth line, right? And all platforms, including MetaTrader, they draw moving average like line. But the reality is that moving average is not a line. It is composed by discrete points, and we have 1 point per bar. So for every bar, we have 1 point. And this point stays for the bar. And for the next bar, we have other point. It jumps. There is no points between these 2 points. So we have something called true charts in Forex Strategy Builder. And it shows the real, yeah. So it has a little square, a little star. It shows the value. This value is constant during the bar and jumps for the next one. So this is how actually moving average looks like. It is not a line. This is true for all indicators. Let's set momentum, okay, or Bollinger Bands. This is also very important to understand.
So what would be what's the main advantage of viewing it this way, say, versus you viewing it the smoothed way?
Because it is not smooth.
Because it's not, it's just clear.
Yeah,
The actual
it is not.
Yeah.
It jumps. It has the biggest problem is that if you start MetaTrader, it is good that now it's a trading session. Let's go to H1 bars. Why it doesn't zoom? Okay, and if I put moving average, it is.
Certainly no one's viewing it this way. I mean, manual traders, everyone, they'll be just using it the smoothed way,
Yeah, of course, because only Forex Strategy Builder has this. Because no one goes deeply to the backtesting into actual algo trading. This is the biggest problem. Even if the problem is, let's say, even if I explain something, and someone watches this video and then goes somewhere other to read, and it will not, he will not, it will not see the same things. For example, what we have here, we have moving average. And if I put the marker here, I think we have to open this watch screen. You see, you have the bar, and if you watch here, it shows bar close and moving average. But how is bar close? This is H1 chart, and now is 1302. Just we have 58 minutes until the end of the bar, 58 minutes. So this is not, obviously this is not the close price of the bar, and this is not the moving average price. But why?
A moving average as if it was. So that moving average is going to change throughout that bar.
Exactly. And but if you see in that way, Forex Strategy Builder puts it like a stable value. It doesn't change the value like MetaTrader, because the moving average, this is current value, this is not close value. Also for the bar, this is not close price like here. It's not close, it is current. It will become close price when the bar closes in the end of the hour. This is very, very misleading, and this is also a huge problem for the traders. Fortunately, we don't need to think about that, because when you create strategy with FSB and the studio, it is already in. And but we need this knowledge for programming indicators and to understand how everything is doing. Okay.
No, that's very useful. That's clear. But yeah, like you say, most people, if they're not these videos are great because they let you know more of the inner workings, but many people watch them and they're not concerned with creating their own custom indicators. In that case, it's fine to know about these things, but you're not going to need to actually do anything. But yeah, if you make a custom one, you got to make sure you code it in properly.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's very useful.
Okay, so let's
Excellent.
thank you for watching again. See you in the next episode.
Yeah, okay.
Bye bye.